A Touch of Disney is the event coming to California Adventure, and Disney is now spilling all the details as to what we can expect at the Disneyland Resort. Out in Walt Disney World, they've added almost 100 operating hours to the upcoming spring break season, and over in Disneyland, LA County is backing the state bill to try and get the theme parks reopened a little bit earlier. It is February 27th, 2021. Kingdom Report Live. Well, it starts right now.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Taking that live look outside at the Disneyland Resort, where it appears to be last night. Well, we've reverted back to 10 p.m. on a Friday evening, it looks like. But that's what it typically looks like in the evening hours. Occasionally, the Hojo Anaheim Mattercam will do that, where it reverses and you get to see what a previous evening looks like. So, not a live look outside at the Disneyland Resort. But if you ever wanted to know what a quiet, closed Disneyland Park and Anaheim Resort area look like on a Friday night, that was the glimpse that you'd been waiting for, no doubt. Hello everybody, Wade Heath for the Kingdom Report, joining you once again with all of the magic, all the Disney Parks news and information that you can handle, along with a dose of discussion. Always grateful to have you along with us on a weekend. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you like this video, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up wherever you see it, or if you are listening to us, make sure to rate and review what you hear. If it's something that you feel might add a little something extra to your weekend, add a little something extra to your Disney fandom, please make sure that the world knows. And if you have some constructive criticism, well, we are all ears and always looking forward to hearing it. By the way, programming note, next week there won't be a live show, unfortunately, but we do look forward to being back with you. There we go, alliteration, a week from next Saturday. Hopefully you will stick with us, as we will have continued content on the Kingdom Report YouTube channel throughout the week, sharing lots and lots of videos with you, but no show next week. And something else that we wanted to mention to you, if you have not done so already, if you are somebody that is interested in winning yourself a Kingdom Report Live official mug, you can do so by heading to the comment section beneath the YouTube video. The Kingdom Report YouTube channel, this very video right here, you would have to put in the phrase Walt Disney Presents. Once again, Walt Disney Presents is the phrase that pays if you are interested in winning a Kingdom Report Live official mug. Walt Disney Presents in the video comment section just below my face. This, of course, is something that if you're watching with us live, you cannot leave it in the chat room. The chat room area is not something where if you put the Walt Disney Presents in it, it won't matter. You'll need to wait for the live video to post and leave it underneath the video itself on YouTube. So right beneath this video, Walt Disney Presents will enter you in for a chance to win your own official Kingdom Report mug, and a very big congratulations to Josh Outsley of Boise, Idaho. Josh, congratulations, my friend, for winning last week's Kingdom Report Live mug. We have a little something special being sent out to you as we speak. And once again, if you are interested in getting yourself one of these mugs, Walt Disney Presents is what you'll need to comment in the section just beneath this video. As well as, if you're interested, you might want to do so between now and Monday at 8 a.m., okay? 8 a.m. Pacific time. That is the official cutoff for this contest. So once again, Walt Disney Presents, comment section down below. that will enter you in for a random chance to win yourself a Kingdom Report mug. Okay, I think I beat that one to death for you. Now you got it. Now it's in the mind, right? You can't think of anything else. Walt Disney Presents in the comment section down below. My friends, let's meet who's with us here today, bringing us all the context, all the perspective that you could want on today's news stories from attractionfaction.net. It's Katrina Manzone and Tyler Crouch. Hey, guys.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Just to let you guys know,
Yeah.
the code word to enter this mug
What is it?
is Walt Disney Presents.
Very
Not
good.
presents.
No.
Presents.
You could consider it presents
Walt
for the
Disney
sake of-
Presents. Yes.
Yeah, Walt Disney Presents.
As in,
Gimme.
there are presents coming from Walt Disney like this mug, if you just put the phrase that pays in the comment section down below. Very, very much possible. And Tyler, you're looking tiki-tastic.
I'm
wow.
very tiki today.
Tyler
You can call me Tiki Tyler.
Yeah.
Tiki Tyler,
Yeah.
check him out.
This
Just
guy.
that's
A
that's
tip
what
of the
you call me.
fedora to you. Thank you for that.
I'm afraid to touch it because like every time I like fedoras, I feel like they have to be just so on your head, right? Or they look real stupid.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I could be riding the line between stupid and cool right now.
Tiki Tyler will not look stupid today. No, sir. He refuses.
I'm like staring at myself now, being like, how did I have it? I don't know.
I think it looks
Thank
very
you.
debonair. And
Oh, wow.
by chance, have you seen the latest WandaVision?
Yes.
We watched it last night. I cried so hard.
It's so good. Oh my god. It's
We
so
had to
good.
pause it. I was crying too much. A little too emotional.
If you haven't seen it, if you're not watching WandaVision on Disney Plus, you need to be. Spectacular series. If you're a Marvel fan at all, you need to be watching WandaVision.
I was glad it was like, what, 40 minutes
Yeah.
or so? I don't know. But it was really good. And then there was a little mid-credit scene.
Saw it.
I was like waiting. I was like, watch. I swear, if they don't put one in, they just like teased us the last week, and then they don't put one in, we get so mad. And then right then it was like, boop. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yep.
Woo.
Yeah.
It was a ride, man.
After
was a
last
ride.
week, I specifically waited through the credits because I thought at any point this could happen. So
They taught us.
Yeah, now we know. So very, very good. If you haven't seen WandaVision, you must do so. Catch up. They're on Disney Plus. And now the man that makes the production world happen for us with a pin trading lanyard pin in his pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, Producer Cristian in the production dungeon. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Sir, is there a pin in which you wish to share with the masses today?
Of course, there's always a pin in the pin pocket.
And what's in the pin pocket today?
Well, since it's still February, love.
Mm.
We still gotta love each other.
That's
Aw.
right.
And bringing back to the classics, it's Mickey and Minnie.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Somebody just...
So romantical.
It's gonna make me cry. Mickey and Minnie, full of love.
The original.
What's going down the middle of that pin? Is it a 2-part pin? What is that?
Yeah, it is a two-part.
Oh, it's like a
It's
a
like
little
a broken
storybook.
heart. Am I right?
Oh well, no.
Soon February's over.
They complete each other. Well, I mean,
Oh.
we still gotta love each other after February.
Oh, okay.
Do we?
Yeah.
I
Oh my
figure
God.
March 1st I'm done. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm over the love. That's me. But thank you, as always, for a pin in which to share. Makes our life a little bit sweeter. I do declare. My goodness. Well, let's not waste any more time. Disneyland news is waiting for all of us. Disneyland news time. Covering all but Disneyland headlines, all the top stories coming out of the Disneyland Resort. And we officially begin with a touch of Disney. It's the new ticketed event coming to California Adventure Park March 18th. If you haven't heard about this sucker, well, this is everything you need to be knowing about for the California region. If you are somebody that's in SoCal, if you're somebody that's in NorCal, if you're somebody that's coming for this special event, they now have pushed forward details for you. Not only is this Touch of Disney event the first time that Disneyland Resort theme park has been open in this capacity since shutting down last year due to coronavirus, it is also setting up a unique sort of food and entertainment offering for everybody to come back and join in on. I should say everybody under a capped capacity, that is. Obviously a special ticketed event so that they can cap the capacity at a smaller level. The introductory ticket price for this is for guests ages 3 and over. It's going to cost you $75. $75. A ticket is going to also include parking at the Mickey and Friends parking structure beginning at 11:30 a.m. A $25 Touch of Disney dining card redeemable for food and non-alcoholic beverages at select dining locations, and unlimited digital downloads of Disney PhotoPass photos captured during the day of the experience. So this is something we had been waiting to hear about, something that as Disney had sort of thrown it out there and said, we're going to do a special event, and we've made many nods to what Knott's Berry Farm has originally done. They were doing these events like crazy last year and sort of skirting the rules of, rather than reopening a theme park, which hasn't been allowed in California, they are opening up for basically a dining event, basically a restaurant type event where you can come in and pay a flat price and get yourself some grub. And Disney's mixing it up with you're paying a price and also having opportunities to buy more food if you want to, and more in terms of the experience. But this is certainly something where many of the restaurants within California Adventure are also going to be open. So in addition to the 6 food booths that we had been talking about previously, when we heard that these were coming online for this event, $75. Katrina, you said somewhere in the $60 category, right?
Yeah, I was
it's
like
a
60
little
to
bit
70.
bigger.
Yeah. I mean, they did allow like a food, like we all knew, like if they were going to charge like a hefty price, they have to include food.
Yeah.
So we weren't sure if it was going to be a monetary price or if it was going to be ticketed, like to like little samples. So at least it's $25, but it's like, in my mind, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to shoot with a family of 4 again. Can a 3-year-old drive a car and park in a parking spot? Probably not.
How much food they going to eat?
So yeah, and
Yeah.
like how much food are they going to possibly eat? Yeah, it'll go towards the parents, but I don't think it includes like alcoholic beverages. So like if the parents want a hefty libation, they can't use their children's like $25 for it. But then on top of it, it's like, how much food can you possibly eat in a day?
Yeah.
Like, so there's reservations for Carthay Circle. There's reservations for Lamplight Lounge. Then there's all like, they're going to have different kinds of food that are coming from Disneyland going to DCA. So like the Monte Cristo sandwiches, Dole Whip and stuff. And then some of the fast food services over in like the pier area are going to be open. Then there's 6 food booths.
Yep.
What? How? I mean,
eat your day away.
Wow. Like I'm going to have to wear like super stretchy pants and like starve myself for like a day because, to get your $75 worth, you'd have to like literally show up in the morning and just lounge all day. And then you have to make reservations for Carthay and Lamplight too.
Yeah.
And everybody wants lobster nachos.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh, they're delicious.
Good
Like you
lobster
kind of
nacho.
have to. You've been like,
Yeah.
we've been deprived for a year. Everybody wants to go there. And then there's like these like food booths that are probably gonna be like macaroni and cheese and sliders. They haven't announced what the foods are gonna be, right? So it's just like, oh man, there's like so much. So anyway, $75 is really expensive for it. It's a good one-time thing if you want to go back into the park. Like I'm sure we're gonna do it. We want to get back in the park. We want to go to Lamplight. Just kind of like just walk around and go into Cars Land and just see it and enjoy it. But will we go like multiple times? Probably not.
And that may very well be, I think we had made the point in a prior broadcast, that may very well be what the point is. Is one and done, the wham bam, thank you ma'am style of doing things. Tyler, it does come with parking, right? It does come with that $25 card and then all your downloads for PhotoPass. So at least there's a little bit of give here. The event itself running 12 noon to 8 p.m. I think Thursday through Mondays, beginning March 18th. So $75 is pretty steep still. I mean, even with, parking covered, which notoriously has been ridiculously expensive.
For some reason, I thought it was earlier. So if it's 12 to 8, how much food can you possibly eat in like, and they're going to shut down the food at like 7,
Sure.
7:30.
Well, I would hope they wouldn't, but yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's incredibly expensive, and a lot of the people that are gonna go to this, I think, with their families, the kids, like you even mentioned earlier, like the little tiny kids, they're not gonna really eat that much food, I feel like, and so it just kind of seems like they're trying to price people away. Like I really feel like that, and I don't know. We'll have to see what this event is like, because I'm just kind of bummed out that, like, honestly, I feel like they just gave like Carthay Circle back to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad to see you, old friend. Give me big hugs, and then as soon as I go in for the hug, Disney's like, no, $75, please.
Behind
Like,
a paywall.
yeah, and so now I'm kind of like bummed out about that. I'm also bummed out because like they're gonna be closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Like, you know, that's I think that's a huge bummer. We'll see. I'm excited, and I've been wanting them to do this, but you know, the difference between this and like Knott's is like, at least with Knott's, like you feel like, you know, it's gonna be like $45 or something, but then you feel like you are paying for the food. Like, you're like, by the end of the day, you're like, dude, I couldn't eat another bite. And I just don't know if it's gonna be like that for Disney. So I feel like, you know, it's gonna cost $150 for just Katrina and I to go. Man,
You're right. Think of that family of four, right,
I mean,
Katrina?
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
Because
insane.
like if you have like it's 3 and up, right?
Yep.
So how much can a 3 or 3 to 5-year-olds eat? You know, like maybe a churro, and then they get a little sugar high, and then they go on a little sugar low, and then they knock out for like 3 hours or something, take a nap, and then what? You know. So it's a bummer, man. Like, it's really expensive. So yeah, and then you get unlimited photos, and that's great because obviously they don't want to touch your camera. So they're like, unlimited photos, please don't hand me your phone. I don't want to touch it. So I get it. That's great if you're a big picture taker, and those lines are going to be crazy. Like, if you've been to any other special event, they're probably going to have some kind of like poster boards or something to stand next to, a couple characters that you can like stand in front of and whatnot. And those lines get really long because a lot of people love taking pictures that way. And like, sadly, like Tyler and I aren't really like big photo takers. Like, I like taking photos every now and then, but not to stand in like a huge line. So I'm curious, you know, if they're going to have like special characters and what kind of cutouts they're going to have for people to like, you know, just take a picture and then move along and grab some food and like do stuff. But it's just like, that's a lot of money. Let's just talk about it. It's just an annual pass holder. It was like, you know, we would go in, maybe try Lamplight, and then the next day, or we would come back the next week and then try something else. You know, as an annual pass holder, we would just, you know, taste here and there, not just like binge eat for 8 hours straight, because we're not going to go back here again for like the next few months until they open it to the public and offer some kind of like multiple entrance ticket, you know? So now I'm just kind of like, ooh.
And something they did mention is also included characters like Mickey and friends like Mater, Lightning McQueen, Joy, and Sadness will be spotted potentially waving at guests from a distance. We've seen this with Walt Disney World, and you know, them bringing characters back in a certain capacity where characters are at a distance. Obviously, even character dining exists in Walt Disney World now, where you're basically always 6 feet away from a character, even in a dining location, and they're just kind of taking pictures behind you and off to the side. It's an odd thing to feel, for sure.
Can they put them like on a barge out on like
Paradise Bay?
Yeah, on like Paradise Bay. That'd be amazing. They're just like waving to everybody. Hello.
I mean, they've done it in Disney World's waterways. They could do it here, certainly. It would be nice to just see Mickey again. And I know that Knott's Berry Farm, with their different food events, they've also incorporated a lot of entertainment. And while they certainly don't have as iconic of characters, or I should say as many iconic characters, they have been able to incorporate a lot of entertainment within their events. And hopefully, you know, Disney will shower and make it worth this $75 for the entertainment value alone, just because you're right. I mean, can you really eat from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.? And the stores are open too, but when there are no rides and no attractions, no shows, it does make it a little difficult to stick around and get your money's worth.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing, and it's only gonna be until like about a month, and then they're gonna like restructure it and see how it goes. Like, this is like their testing phase. But I'm just like, man, like if they only just opened up Lamplight and Carthay just to open reservations to everybody, they would make so much money, because they, you know, they want to go eat there, not just because they paid for a ticket and then they're just going to sit there and have like a drink or so, and then maybe food that you prepaid for $25 and then leave. So I don't know. We'll see. We
would love to hear from you. If you feel like $75 is too expensive, leave it in our comment section down below. We, again, are very much looking forward to your perspective on this. Everybody comes from a different background. Everybody comes from a different lifestyle in terms of what they can and can't afford. $75 for your food, and for ages 3 and up, along with complimentary parking, your photos taken care of, and a $25 dining card. Is that worth it to you? We really do want to know, so leave it in the comment section down below, and we'll be sure to follow up just as soon as you leave those comments. Moving right along here, LA County has come on board in joining the chorus of Anaheim City Council members in celebrating, supporting, and saying yeehaw to the state bill that has been presented by state assembly members looking to allow Disneyland Resort theme parks to reopen earlier. This is something that we've talked about in recent weeks as the bill has gained steam. Really, the bill is looking to try and open up theme parks of Disneyland size in a tier earlier than was anticipated, rather than have it be the lowest tier, which is what the state of California had sort of structured it under. It had to be, lowest tier, lowest amounts of people in terms of transmission and things of that nature within the state before the parks could reopen. This bill would ask for that to be sort of ignored and moved into the tier just above it. Still dramatically low numbers by expectation, still with the blueprint for a safer economy, and coming back with our color structure that we have here in California when it comes to how the COVID levels exist, whether it's purple and orange and yellow. We have all these unique colors. The state assembly members are gaining a lot of steam with attempting to override the governor on this. And, we've talked about recently that now it's official. The signatures needed to stage a recall election for the California governor is about to be underway as those numbers have been met. A lot of things can change very rapidly this year based on that and based on who eventually potentially fills that seat, and it very well could be somebody with a different mindset when it comes to reopening businesses and the way in which we are rolling things out here within the state. As we've seen out in Walt Disney World, they reopened theme parks last July, and something that we've mentioned many times is that they managed to do so safely, and no outbreaks have been linked to the theme parks. We've been able to see them even increase capacity just a smidge, and that has also allowed for them to still operate safely. So giving Disneyland the opportunity to do so, keeping things capped, is something we've all been waiting to see. But now LA County, Katrina, throwing their support behind this state bill, seems to really be gaining steam.
I'm happy for it. I mean, hey, at least like they're trying to get it a tier lower, so it's even like a possibility, because again, there's a lot of theme parks in California, and they're losing a lot of money, right? And the businesses even surrounding those theme parks are losing a lot of money. So, you look at Universal, and like Universal's City Walk is just kind of sad. Yeah. They don't really have a lot of restaurants open. There's not a lot of stores, and there's like, I don't know what they're going to try to do, if they're going to try to do a food event, but those places surrounding it are hurting. And then Disneyland, it's like Harbor is just a line of sadness. That whole street is just hotels, like small little shops that they thrive on. Tourists, they're done. So they need this open. I get it. I want it to be safely open, but at least they're pushing it now. They're not like waiting for Newsom to say something. They're like, no, we're done.
Yeah,
so I'm really happy.
He's lost a lot of goodwill in the last year, that's for sure. Even, we've mentioned this is almost like a bipartisan issue now, where these state lawmakers, the governor, notoriously Democrat, these state lawmakers also Democrat, coming together just saying, there's a possibility here they can open safely. Why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we just allowing it to happen? And so moving forward, obviously they too want to see theme parks of Disneyland size, so therefore Universal in LA County, as something that they want to see come back on board safely. Tyler, it looks like this is due for a vote, this bill, within I believe the next 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of March. So we could be hearing very soon that things are going to reopen a little bit quicker.
Gosh, it would be pretty exciting. I just feel like things have been so up in the air and back and forth for just a whole year now that I'm like, it's almost like hard to believe that it's even a possibility, you know? Like, I'm like, no, that can't be happening, but it probably will, and we probably will see Disneyland open like around, late spring or summer, I would think.
Yeah.
I really do think that's a big possibility, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, very exciting news. I think that is the key word here, just because it's so, you're right, it's been so on again, off again. It's been so back and forth. And I think the best news coming out of the last few weeks is just the dramatic decline in numbers everywhere for coronavirus. And whether that be through people that have it, whether that be through deaths, people in ICUs, the numbers are just dropping off so substantially everywhere. And obviously that's due to a vaccine rollout now, and that's really helping impact the bottom line. And, as states continue to vaccinate and as more and more locations continue to pop up where that's an option, we are starting to see a big decline in all of those numbers. And, it's just so bizarre. It felt like a different world. And I know everybody feels this way to a certain degree. We were sitting here last year at this time and just had no idea what was about to happen to us. No idea what was coming our way. And I think we were a week or so away, Tyler, from talking to one of the very first patients that ever was exposed to coronavirus, that was, sort of deemed as the first to be exposed by the government. And he was being held in containment in Nebraska or something.
I know, it was wild. Yeah. He's like, I felt bad for the guy too. He's just like, I walk all day, I'm like, you literally just pace back and forth all day. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. Fortunately,
what else are you going to do? I mean,
and he ended up recovering very well. He, after suffering the fever, as he told us, and going through some of the impacts of coronavirus, is, it can impact you in so many different ways, as we've now come to find.
Talking to him, I'm sorry to interrupt, but talking to him made me feel like everything was going to be okay. I was like, oh, hey, this guy had it and he's doing great. And wow, whole year later, here we are still. So
it definitely felt as though because he was able to pull away from it so quickly, and he was a senior too. I think that's really important to point out, is obviously the age group that has been attacked most by COVID. He was able to say, not only did I beat this, because I think it was like a day or so after we talked to him, he was cleared for the first time. He got to go home. It was a big deal. And so I think to all of us, talking to patient zero or whatever he was, it was like, oh, that's really reassuring.
He's like, I'll go on a cruise next month, sure. We were like, oh, okay, if he go on a cruise next month, then it's all good. But
and then the whole world screeched to a stop.
We were wrong on that one. But.
Yeah, at any rate, it was great to hear from him. Great to be able to chat with him about what he was going through, what he was experiencing, as sort of that early on idea as to what possibilities there were in terms of symptoms, and then we would go on to learn so many others. So it has been a wild year, and just incredible to know that we're now rounding the other side of this, and vaccines have rolled out in record time, and we're seeing all kinds of movement in decreased numbers. So very good news all across the board, and very thrilled to hear that the state bill is moving forward quite quickly with all this support to potentially reopen Disneyland a little bit earlier. All right, Disney Vacation Club Villas, speaking of opening things up, at the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, they are slated to be reopening very soon. Yeah, this is something that we've talked about before. Now, I don't know if you recall, but Disney Vacation Club Villas are reopening May 2nd at Disney's Grand Californian at the Disneyland Resort. According to Disney, the Vacation Club Villas at the Grand at Disneyland Resort will reopen May 2nd, 2021. This is the second time that Disney has set a reopening date for the villas. Back in December, as we all remember, Disney had to sort of back out of the planned reopening due to the sudden stay-at-home orders that were implemented in California. May. Interesting that they're picking May. Now, we tend to read in every time Disney picks certain dates for things, because usually they make a strategic business decision when they do that. I almost wonder if they're picking May, feeling as though that might be a time, because we also go back to this idea that the Touch of Disney food event is only about a month long, and then they can reset. And a lot can change in a month, as we've learned in this state. Yeah. Things can dramatically change in a week, So to know that May 9th, they have some of their hotels coming back online for the first time, that's big news.
I mean, and it's a Sunday too, so it's like that strategic day, right? So like a grand opening thing would always be like a Friday, and like
Right.
So they kind of want that like weekend crowd. So, and it's like near like when school's over and like, they're like tapping their toes in the water, trying to test it,
Tap, tap.
it's a little tappy tap tap and just see how it's going. And then they're like, ooh, okay, I think this is okay. But I'm like jealous. I'm a little jealous of these what are they?
DVC.
Yeah, DVC. I was like DCA.
Yeah.
No, that's a park. DVC members. I'm a little bit jealous, a little
Yeah.
tad bit. Just
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I would stay at one of the hotels, even with the parks being closed.
Yeah.
I really would do that because
would you do it if everything in the hotel was closed? Like room service, there's no bars open.
I don't need room service. I mean, well,
He's like, wait, hold
I
on a
mean,
minute.
no,
Did you say bar?
Did
I
you?
mean, no, yeah, I know. Wait, hold on a second.
Wait,
the bars
I
are
can't
closed.
Let's not
It's
get crazy.
Benedict in the morning. This is like my whole trip is ruined.
Yeah. No, I don't need I would love Trader Sam's to be open and stuff, but I don't need that necessarily. As long as their downtown Disney stuff is in operation, that's all I would really care about, 'cause
Steakhouse 55 was open. That'd be nice. I'd
that'd
be like,
nice
I'll
too,
take
yeah.
it.
Ooh.
Mm,
Yes.
I love their
Steakhouse 55.
breakfast.
Let's get some
their
rub.
breakfast, their
One
dinner.
of the best breakfasts on the resort.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's so good. Oh.
And it's like a little hidden place. Like I feel like yeah, they do get rid of all their reservations for dinner for the most part, but I still feel like there's something about that place that it's like such a hidden gem of the entire
Oh,
resort.
yeah.
Like I don't know.
Like
Anyway.
you look at Goofy's kitchen and it's like
Chaos.
hectic chaos,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh god, what am I getting myself into? And then you look over here and
Yeah.
it's just calm and
A wall
serene.
away.
And like it's like for breakfast too. It's just like
Yeah.
we, if we stayed there, even like going there for breakfast, sometimes we'll just look at each other and be like, I have a reservation for breakfast, so let's just go, and then we'll just make a day, and then we'll just drive there, and then we'll see Goofy's kitchen. It's so loud, it's so busy, kids are excited,
Mhm.
and then you walk into Steakhouse 55 for breakfast, and it's just quiet, calm, and you're just like, wow, this is gonna be a good day.
And one of the best budgetary friendly breakfasts in the
Oh my
entire
gosh.
resort.
They're like, what is it? The normal American breakfast. You get coffee and juice and toast and your eggs, bacon, whatever. It's just you get all of it for like what, $18 or something. It was something, no, 24, something like that. It was 24, 25.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was
But
$18.
it was
the
it was
All-American, yeah.
very cost effective.
I remember the
I want
omelet
coffee.
was like $12 to $14 or something like
Yeah.
that. I think they kicked the prices up just a little bit before things shut down.
Mhm.
But I remember for the longest time that was like the best value
Mm.
in the resort for
Their
breakfast.
coffee was strong and
Oh,
delicious. I was asked for it
yes.
to go too because they're like, "Do you want more?" I was like, "Yes, please." Can I have it to go? And I was like wired for the day.
Give me 3 cups to go, please.
Yes,
Thank
it
you for
was
that.
delicious. But I digress. I
Bring
want
back
to
the
stay. I want to stay at the hotel. I'm really excited for DVC members. Think of me while you're there.
That's right. Yeah. Give us a
Because
call.
I
Yeah.
really miss it so much. But I'm excited because that's just like one step further, right? So if they're opening to DVC maybe just for Grand Californian, that means possibly like Disneyland Hotel could possibly open
Yep.
maybe like July.
Yep.
Possibly.
I think the theme parks, if they were targeting last year on July 17th to reopen, they're targeting this year on July 17th
Oh
to
my
reopen,
gosh,
if
can
not
you?
before.
No, I cannot.
Oh, they'll do it.
I
They will.
can't.
You know
That's
they
horrible.
will.
For Disneyland Hotel, maybe that'd be great. Be like, hey, grand opening on this and this day. Not for like the park. That'd be the worst.
As most, seasonal celebrations and stuff like that happen, typically the parks kick off their next big thing for the year at the tail end of May, right? So going into summer
Yeah.
season is usually when the celebrations kick off. I can see based on how everything is trending story-wise, how everything is trending, with your state bills moving forward, with the numbers dropping off, with villas reopening at this pace. It certainly seems like that's the direction we're headed. So maybe a late May, early June arrival of theme parks. We can only hope. We will cross our fingers. Let us know in the comment section down below what you are most excited about. Looking forward to those villas coming back. Are you pumped to see yourself a potential reopening earlier of Disneyland? Or are you ready to be touched by Disney? Oh my. Let us know in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear from you. Hey, stick around. Disney World News is straight ahead after the break.
Do you know everything the ghost host is going to say before he says it? Are you ready to thank the Venetians each time you board Spaceship Earth? Can you recite Walt's opening day dedication speech? Then join the Kingdom Team today, the influential legacy fan community featuring exclusive merchandise that will alert all who've come to this happy place that you are more than just another guest. You are a trusted theme park fan. Don't miss out. Join the Kingdom Team right now by visiting the homepage at kingdomreportlive.com. That's kingdomreportlive.com. And now, back to the magic.
Gared on the go time. Walt Disney World reporter Gared Hassel somewhere in Orlando for us. And today he's where?
I am in front of Cinderella Castle waiting everyone, and man, does it feel good to see all of you out there, and it is beautiful here indeed. One quick thing. Less than 2 weeks ago, it was announced what changes were coming to Walt Disney World in terms of the 50th anniversary, and so far stuff has already been in the works. Right now, the castle stage is actually being modified for the 50th anniversary. The old spires that they used to have go there, whether it was for Foff or Dream Along with Mickey, they're completely gone. It's a barren stage, and they're adding enhancements. They're getting ready. Also, the moat around the castle, it's been drained. It's getting cleaned. Maybe they're adding water features. We don't know. But just being here, I feel that 50th energy coming. And, man, I'm excited for October 1st. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully you guys can hang out with me down here.
Well, you are golden to us, Mr. 50. Oh my gosh. And so grateful to have you there at the Magic Kingdom. And I know that, you mentioned like the waterways have been drained and they're moving in ready to start work, overlay on the castle, if you will. So awesome to know that the 50th is moving forward. And, you know, I got to say, every time I see anything from you out in Walt Disney World, it's like the Florida sky is not real.
I
just,
know.
I love it.
Those clouds are so fake. I love it.
You guys are completely right. When I first came out here from California, I'm like, the sky looks endless, and of course the sky is pretty endless, but it looks like something out of okay. It looks like a painting. Like the clouds kind of look artificial. Like, oh, they're just strategically put there to make it look good. You never have clear blue skies. It's always with white fluffy clouds, and it's amazing. When I moved back to California and then subsequently moved back out to Florida, I was like, I missed the sky. I didn't realize I missed the sky, but the Florida sky and the castle, it's something out of a movie, possibly a Disney movie.
Or a fairy tale.
Yeah, fairy tale.
It's like a fairy tale. That's right.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I think that Florida weather we can all agree sucks for the most part, but
those clouds, just makes up for it.
You know, there's something about them.
You're like sweating with a pool just around you, just like, oh gosh, but look at those clouds. Gosh.
But, you know, and the sunsets are second to none in
true.
Orlando. Every time especially at Epcot, I notice that the sun setting over World Showcase is just the most mesmerizing image almost any night.
I think the flatness helps of Florida. You know? Like just being able to see so far.
And no smog.
Yes,
that's also very helpful.
Yeah.
Being able to see the sky also helps in that regard. Hey, Gared, you're in Magic Kingdom, where just across the hub from you lies Tomorrowland, and gosh darn it, we report on this every time it happens. What's going on with the People Mover now?
Well, it seems like more trouble always seems to hit this thing. A few weeks ago, we talked about, hey, March 1st. People Mover coming back online. I was pumped. We were all pumped. We were getting our People Mover shirts on. And then Disney says, we're going to inform you, but it won't be available now until April 3rd.
Womp,
womp, womp, indeed. Occasionally on certain days, they will have the vehicles moving. But a few weeks ago, the carts were moving and they were banging into each other like I spoke about. And I said how not only do you get to see people, but then you also get to see your chiropractor after that. Right now, they're not moving. And, you know, Tomorrowland, it's nice, but it's not the same having the People Mover going along and, you know, just people watching everyone. So April 3rd, it's hopefully coming back, but I'm not one to, I'm not going to hold my breath for that. I really want to think it's going to be like May or June, honestly. It seems like there's always something else, and we've never been told what that problem is. And that's probably for the best, because then people would be like, oh, it's easy to get that part. So Disney is being very, you know,
Hush, hush.
this sort of secret hush hush. But yeah, people mover, I'm looking at you. You see me looking into my soul. I miss you. I'll miss you. We all miss you.
We all miss you, people
We
mover.
all miss you, people
Come back
mover.
soon.
You know, and this is
Feel better.
officially with this news, moving things into April with the extended refurbishment. This officially now pushes it past that year mark that it's been shut down, right? Like, I mean, it's now well into that territory. Pretty wild, and it's such a, you know, it seems like such an easy attraction to keep up and to operate, and it definitely, every time I ever hopped on it, I was like, you know, it's such a simple ride and it has such love behind it. Everybody just adores it, and it's crushing every time. You know, we've been there since where that's not available. You just get used to it. You know, it's one of those staples of the experience. It's hard not to have it.
Well, and that's one of those things too that, like, there's not much at Magic Kingdom, personally for me. You can have a different opinion if you want, but there's not much at Magic Kingdom that really does better than Disneyland, in my opinion. And I feel like that was one of those things. At Magic Kingdom, you still got the people mover. You know, you can beat Disneyland in that regard.
Tough.
Not looking so good now. But
Aw.
We miss you.
What, you're saying Rocket Rods isn't better than the people mover? The ride that broke down.
Rocket Rods isn't there anymore either, man. Rocket Rods
there in
is
spirit.
Actually, it kind of is. They kept a lot of the kind of infrastructure and stuff. Just, it's still all built under Tomorrowland. It's just there, sitting there.
The worst. And, you know, even taking a look back at the video you captured, Gared, last year, I think this was right before things went down. I want to say it was like late December, early January that you took this video, and, you know, you realized just how busy Disney World was.
That gives me anxiety, this image right here. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's when you're safe on the people mover.
That's right. High above it all.
Yeah. Just watching from above.
Away from the madness. Hey, but Gared, it looks like when it comes to Disney World Spring Break, as they routinely do, they go back to the drawing board when it comes to what they put out schedule-wise, and we're getting some more playtime in the parks, aren't we?
Yeah, yes, we are indeed. Most parks are extending hours 2, if not 3 to 4 hours more. Some parks are going to be open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., you know, getting a good 13 hours in there. Some parks are going to be open 12 hours. And I want to give a shout out to places like Animal Kingdom. Right now, it's open 9 to 5. So it's like Dolly Parton. It's normal work day, but, you know, but it's going to be staying open 8 to 8. That means nighttime safaris, getting to see the World of Pandora at night. And the World of Pandora during the day is very picturesque, but at night when you see the bioluminescence, it just makes it that much more spectacular. And if you're like the hundreds of thousands that are still questing to go on Rise of the Resistance, longer park hours means more opportunities for you to get onto that attraction. So I'm pumped about it. I personally prefer Disney parks in the evening just because with it getting hotter and hotter, when the sun goes down, it's just a lot more peaceful, a lot more relaxing. And the crowds dwindle because everyone's out at dinner. So bring on those extended hours. It's going to be magical. I truly cannot wait to see it. And just the parks at night, it's a different world, and it's a magical one at that.
You do love your parks at twilight time. We've come to learn. Yes, that's your ideal time of day.
The twilight hour on Main Street, where the lights just come on, the sun setting. It's the golden hour, and I love it. So, yes, indeed. I'm very happy about that.
I think that's when he's going to propose to Ariel.
Oh, drop to one knee, propose to that girlfriend, and say,
oh my God.
Happy Twilight.
And then Jacob and Edward are going to pop out? No?
Yeah. I wasn't making a film reference.
Yeah. He wanted to, though, in some form.
You're our favorite vampire, Gared.
That's right.
I don't want to be a vampire.
Get out of that sun.
You'd be sparkling like diamonds.
You can't escape the sun in Florida. I put on SPF 55 on my face. I'm still gonna have a mask tan line after this.
Come on, clouds, help him out.
Yeah, a clap on doesn't seem to work this time.
I'm not like Maui where I can use my fish hook to pull everything away, but I'm working on it. For right now, it's oh, there's a nice breeze. It's just enjoying the little things for right now.
Enjoy the little things. Oh,
some Starbucks.
Whoa,
whoa, magic.
Magical.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is a strawberry acai refresher available at Starbucks on Main Street, USA. Check it out today.
Are they paying
Delicious.
us? What's
Yeah,
happening?
delicious. I know.
Maybe
We're
they
not
will.
sponsored by them.
Not
What?
yet. Not yet.
Not yet. What else can you pull off from the side of the screen? What else is over there? Oh my.
We've got AirPods.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah,
Sponsored by
yeah.
AirPods. Oh, so.
yeah, and the castle right there. That's actually on sale for $100,000.
That's it.
That's all there is
What
to
a
it.
steal.
Yeah, that's all.
Wow.
I
Shoot,
know,
let's go
right?
buy it right now.
It-
Let's pitch in together.
It comes
Airbnb.
with a full it comes with a full restaurant, a zip line to escape, as well as.
Oh wow, how fun.
Ooh, everybody needs a zip
I'm
line to
trying to get-
escape.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do Disney real estate next. I think it will fit in. with
I think
everything.
I think you found your next calling. Yeah.
Who needs Golden
Yeah.
Oaks?
Not me.
Yeah.
No. Oh, let me
we got a
Airbnb it
castle.
over at the castle. Hey, well, away from the castle, over at Epcot, Space 220, this restaurant that was supposed to open last year, right? Or the end of the previous
Supposed to be,
year,
like,
right?
Fall of
Yeah,
2019.
2019. 2019, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we thought, oh, maybe they're holding off and it'll be February 20th, 2020, right? Oh, play with that. And then that didn't happen, and they just keep delaying this sucker. Well, we understand there's movement. What's going on? What?
There is movement. So Space 220 is looking for an executive pastry chef. So if you have a skill in the culinary arts, this is the job for you. They're looking for an executive pastry chef. When it first was about to open, they lost their entire executive chef staff. So it looks like they're slowly putting the pieces back together, and maybe after they have this piece, they can then slowly start to give us a little bit more, or an actual opening date. It just continues to say coming soon. For those that do not know, Space 220, the story behind it is you enter right next to the Mission Space attraction at Epcot, and then from there, you are taken 220 miles above the Earth's surface into space, where you get to dine amongst the stars, quite literally. And while you're up there, it's like you're in a space station. You'll see astronauts, comets, and every sort of thing associated with space will be there for you. So Space 220, we look forward to you opening after you hire this executive pastry chef and possibly more. This is not a restaurant that is owned or operated by Disney, but rather the Patina Group. So it's not really on Disney's plate as much as it is the Patina Group, but Disney does have a stake in it since it's, well, in Disney. But, there's a cavalcade behind us. That's exciting. Sorry, I got distracted by it. Yeah, I'm hearing multiple sounds. Space 220, cavalcade. Part of me wants to jump on the float with Mickey. But yeah, Space 220 is coming, folks. And hopefully we can check it out together. Maybe it'll open 2020. Maybe it'll open 2022.
Can't go in
I don't know.
reverse.
I don't think
Yeah,
we can
that's
go in
a-
2020, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2021, 2022, just sometime in this decade, perhaps. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm getting the feeling that with this job posting, that we may see a summer opening for this restaurant. Not only has it been waiting for something to come along in
Some
terms
momentum
of
in
staffing,
some form.
but yeah, the fact that they've now posted and they're looking for somebody as official as an executive pastry chef means that their kitchen is ready, it's in order, they need somebody to man the helm, and that they are moving towards an opening date. I mean, and to have all this downtime means they probably had plenty of time to perfect the darn thing. So, not only
You
are
would
you
think.
being boosted to space to go dine, but I can imagine that they've probably been able to figure out all the, various gizmos and imaging that they need to make the experience feel the way it needs to feel. What do you think, Katrina? I'm saying summer.
Oh man, I don't know. I have to, I want to say summer, or at least somewhere before October. Like they have to open before October.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
like my thing.
The
I mean, first you
anniversary,
think
yeah.
it's dead. No one's talked about it for like maybe a year, and then it risen from the grave. Little just like weird zombie restaurant, just being like, "Oh hey, we're alive. Don't worry about us.
We're still
We
here.
got it. We're in space
behind some trees.
Yeah, we're
Space zombies.
Space
What?
zombies. Hey, so yeah, I don't know. I want to say before October first, for sure. That's like my guess. I don't know.
What a safe bet. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I think summer is probably a pretty smart bet. I'll go with that. I'm really curious about what types of dishes and things they are planning on offering, because
Space food.
yeah, space food, right? Like, is this guy going to be making
Dry ice
freeze dried ice
things.
cream sandwiches and
Yeah.
stuff? Like, is that what the pastry chef's going to be doing? But
A It's all coming out of a tube. All of it's coming
Yeah.
out of a tube.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Here
Gas,
is your filet mignon
flavored
in
gas.
a tube, and it's just gonna be gray.
Oh gosh.
Dippin' Dots.
Space gray.
The food of the future.
Dippin'. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
my
man,
gosh. That's gonna be
Dippin'
great.
Dots. I could go for some Dippin' Dots right now.
See, and at Space 220, no doubt you'll be able to have it. Yeah, but they do list it on the website as coming soon, so we will have to wait. As always, hopefully Space 220 will be online for us in the relative future. And I know it's tucked over there right next to Mission Space, and in that corner that needs a little bit of help right now because you have two major pavilions that are completely shut down, one under construction for Guardians of the Galaxy, the other one is the Play Pavilion. It's kind of a dead zone other than Test Track, and yes, Mission Space is there, but it never brings in all that much demand, so having this restaurant sort of shoehorned in between the two, I think might add some excitement to the area, especially knowing that you're going to go dine in space. I mean, I can only imagine, as a kid being able to go into a restaurant like that. Oh, think of the imagination.
That'd be really cool. Like, how are
Yeah.
they? I want to see like the pre-show of how they're gonna like explain you going up. Is it gonna be like a fake elevator type thing where you're like in a spaceship and then it's just gonna like make you feel like you're going up?
Like the Haunted Mansion with the
Yeah, like
the
you know, what I
ceiling,
mean? It's
yeah.
like, and then are you like getting space beamed up and you're just like, take me over here, and then you're like, boop. I don't know. It seems exciting. I'm hoping that it's gonna be great. I hope everybody gets like a really awesome view of like that surrounding space thing, and they
Yeah.
have some cool fun things of like astronauts coming by and whatnot. So seems pretty exciting.
I mean you can dine underwater at Coral Reef, and now you can
Yeah.
dine in
space.
space above at Space 220. To be determined opening. Yes. Well, Gared, thanks for bringing us all the latest and greatest stories out at Walt Disney World. Anything to wrap it up?
Yeah, it is. It's just a beautiful day, and I like to think I'm very optimistic, and I'm looking forward to when that castle transforms and gets the full 50th regalia on it, because people are thinking, oh, that's all they're doing for the 50th. No. They're going to add gold around the spires. They're going to have a special 50th symbol in front of it. It's going to look truly transformed, and I'm imagining it in my mind, and I truly can't wait. It's going to be even more beautiful than it is, and hopefully not look quite as Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland, as hopefully it'll have its own design, and I'm very thankful that it is not looking like a cake. I know some people love the cake, but don't get me wrong. When I saw pictures of that, I just thought, man, it really was the 90s when they did the cake thing, right? It was the 90s, was it? I think
was.
so.
It was.
But yeah, no cake, colorful design. That's what I'm looking forward to. But that's all I have here at Walt Disney World. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Enjoy
Yes.
those clouds and say hi to Ariel for me.
Good to see you.
Will do.
All right. And let us know in the comment section down below when you think Space 220 at Epcot will officially open. Do you think it'll be this summer? You think it'll be spring? Or do you think, like Katrina, before October 1st at least?
Yeah.
Let us know
That's
in the
right.
comment section. Also, what do you think's going on with the People Mover? Do you imagine we will see an additional extension when it comes to the People Mover opening up again? We miss it dearly, and we look forward to your comments down below. Hey, y'all. It's time for the Disney List. Disney List time. This is where we share some of our favorites and maybe some least favorites of a topic. Today, we are sharing with you all the feels when it comes to the best attractions in Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World. There is so much in this land, especially as many years ago, this land increased in size with new Fantasyland being added onto it, as well as the Storybook Circus area, all sort of rounding out Fantasyland in general. Here with us to discuss today, Tyler Crouch, Katrina Manzone, and out in the Magic Kingdom, Gared Hassel. We'll start here with Katrina. What are some of the things you enjoy the most, some of the best attractions in your mind when it comes to Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom?
I always have a soft spot for Peter Pan. That's
Oh, yeah.
like one of the things, and like their Peter Pan is like triple as long as the Disneyland Peter Pan, because that was like my first love. But then what blew my mind was when they redid the queue. and they made it so magical. And I'm
Really
like, why
interactive,
can't
right?
we have queues like this in Disneyland? And they made it so interactive. And then, you know, you and it sucks too, because like you're hoping that there's going to be a line so you can enjoy the kids' playroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you can see Tinkerbell go from one side to the other side and that kind of stuff. And then when you're entering in and you can see like the shadows, and then you get to kind of like play. There's like a section where they kind of like, I don't know how they do it, but you see your shadow and then there's like butterflies that come around, and then you can hold your finger out and the butterfly will land on it, or you turn into a butterfly and then you explode into like 20 billion butterflies, or you know, you can like hit a light and then the light will like actually like move and stuff. So it's actually really fun.
Yeah.
So you're like hoping that there's a wait to get inside so you can enjoy it, and then if it's working, you get to go in this like little hallway and then you see this pixie dust. And then if you clap really hard and everybody claps, more pixie dust comes down. And so people think you're nuts because you keep clapping, and then you're like, clap, everybody clap. And then everybody's like, I guess. And they look at you like kind of like you're nuts. And then it doesn't work. And then you're like, well, I look like a crazy person. But when it does work, those kids' faces, I just did something for them.
Illuminates the
I
world.
helped them. I saved their day. I was the best person in the world. And the parents are like, thanks. And anyway, so I love Peter Pan. Super great. My next one is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Of course.
You know, even they had a really cool queue too.
Yeah.
Their queue was legit, but then they took it away because there was a section where you could like just match like little, it was like a little logs with like, it looked like water was like streaming down with like the gems, and then you can take the gems and sort them and whatnot to keep the kids active.
What a dwarf might be doing.
Yeah. And then they took it away. They're like, nah, this is like holding up the queue. I don't know what their excuse was, or they couldn't like keep up with the technology. I don't know. That, and then they have like a really cool like little light effect where you can put your hands under the light and makes like sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
So fun. And then the little the twisting of the barrels
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
inside the queue. And so if everybody twists the barrels,
That's the one where I'm actually yelling at everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody spin your barrel, let's go.
and then you see Snow White in the middle.
Yeah, right. You see Snow White if everybody spins the barrels.
So like
at the
some
same
people are
time.
just like slowly just like, I was like, no, faster. And then so like, yeah, and then they finally see it and they finally all get the hint.
So
I'm
you're
like, you
screaming-
kid, come on.
You're screaming at Peter Pan, and you're screaming over at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Huh?
Yeah.
Those
We're
are
the
your-
screamers. Yeah. So it's always, those are like always like the fun rides. And then I guess my last, it's tough, you know.
It's a big land.
Yeah,
A lot
like
going on.
we have a Little Mermaid, so it's not like I don't need to say that one. So I decided with I don't know, like Winnie the Pooh. That's always a fun ride because it's different than ours.
Mhm.
So and then even their queue is really cool too. I mean, they have all the honey that's like melting or like flowing over, and then you can like touch it. But now no one wants to touch it because
not
it's
very
like
COVID friendly.
now I think about it, I'm like I don't want to touch it.
So many germs.
But like you can like move your fingers around, then you can find like hidden characters in the honey, and then you have these like, little buzzing bees like for the kids to like move along.
Oh yeah,
and
little
then,
honey pots, and you move the bees, and
and then like it gets like the more you move it, the louder the buzz gets, and so it's always just fun to get like the kids active and whatnot, and then it kept me busy.
And the Katrina's
and
active
the Katrina
and whatnot.
busy. I was just like smeared all the honey around, and now I'm like, oh god, I don't want to do this anymore.
I'm like, ooh, peace and quiet over here.
Jeez.
But anyway, but it's like super fun. I like, yeah, those are my three.
So I think the point of all of this so far
queues.
is, wouldn't it be great if Disneyland had enough space to build out queues like Disney Worlds and Fantasyland?
Can you imagine like a Pinocchio queue
Oh
of
my
what they would
gosh.
do? Like that
To
would be
have the
so
space.
spooky. And then I mean the Snow White one is now going to be different, so it's not going to be like scary or something with the
Yeah.
witch. But I mean, I wish we could have a queue space like that, but we just cannot.
Here.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's jump out to Walt Disney World. Standing by for us in the Magic Kingdom is Gared Hassel, our Florida reporter. What are some of the, in terms of topping your list, some of the best Fantasyland attractions out there for you?
So I've got to go with Peter Pan, just like Katrina. I actually haven't gone on it in, I want to say 2 or 3 years. It's just not an attraction I go on usually because it's 85-minute wait, and I'm just not about that. And speaking of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell is actually coming by right now in a cavalcade. So
Oh,
you can hear all that going by. Yeah, Peter. But I went on that about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this queue is gorgeous. It is so It's enchanting. It welcomes you in, and in a way, it's almost better than the actual attraction itself. Just because I've gone on the attraction and it looks good for when it was created back in the 70s, but I hope in the future it gets some enhancements like the one in Shanghai does, where it uses projection mapping and that sort of thing.
Oh, that would be cool.
My number 2. I'm not sure if it's really an attraction, but Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Absolutely.
Just because I'm impressed with the Imagineering that they did in it, especially when you're in the queue and then the mirror tells the story and then it grows. I still cannot figure out how they achieve this magic. It's more like witchcraft than magic, honestly.
Yeah.
But that mirror is amazing. And then when you get to pick your characters by the wardrobe, and then you go in and Belle and Lumiere there, it's immersive, it's enchanting, and that's why it's Enchanting Tales of Belle. But Enchanting Tales of Belle is just, it's story driven, and I love how there's that character interaction, and I look forward to when you can do it again with Belle telling the story and you playing a major role, just because it's always so cute when you get a little boy that's the beast and he roars. It's like, "Roar!" and you're just like, like you have to do that. I always choose to be the guard, so I just stand there. But
I was just about to ask you that.
Role.
Have you ever played a role? So you've been a guard. Have you ever played any other role?
No, I've been a guard actually 7 times, so I'm pretty much stationed in there, and it's an honorable role nonetheless. Because as Disney says, every role is a starring role, and
Wow.
Toe that line.
I play that with honor and respect, and the lines I've memorized, I can do it perfectly whenever I need to. And moving on, probably the last one has to be Seven Dwarfs Mine, just because
Of course.
it's new. It's quite amazing, really. I just do not think it's worth a 45-minute wait. Those that waited in it for 2 hours, my heart goes out to you. You are a lot braver than I. I'll only hop on that thing if either I've got a fast pass, a return pass, or it's 25 minutes long. I'll wait 25 minutes because usually it's more like 15.
Yeah.
But 2 hours, I'm not going to do that, especially in the hot Florida sun in the summertime. It's just not doable. The way it twists and turns and just how it whips you around, it's an amazing ride tech. And when those audio animatronics came out, I was just beyond impressed, just because they made the dwarves look so realistic with the eyes and just their facial structure and movement, and they look so much better than Frozen Ever After, which came out after. Frozen Ever After, it's frightening, even though it's a similar technology. But
Frightening.
Seven Dwarfs Mine
It's true.
it's great, and plus at the end of the ride, you see some aspects of the old attraction there, whether it's the old lady or the old woman that was the queen, or you see Snow dancing around with the dwarves. It's a nice little ending for that ride. Like the queue in that, like Katrina and Tyler said, it's top of the line, and yeah, I hope we get
Very
more
impressive.
attractions like that. Just not so short, because I'm not going to wait 2 hours for something that's only 30 seconds long.
We understand, yes, and I will tell you, sir, that when it comes to Enchanted Tales with Belle, I too have served in the role of guard, in the role of knight, or whatever it is in the background. So I stand by with my shield and my helmet, and I say nothing. But it is a great moment back there, and I think one day you and I shall have a guard off, a role, a role dual play, perhaps. Gared, we'll see what happens with that.
I'm already ready.
I have no doubt. I can get pretty animated.
For standing still?
Yep.
I cannot
my
wait.
shield.
This is going to be
So,
truly
I need to be there to film this so that we can put this up on the Kingdom Report
Like,
YouTube channel.
I'm gonna vlog it, and you're just gonna see the camera rotate slowly outward, and I'm gonna just side eye, and then it goes back in. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Tyler, you got to be there to pick the winner.
Let's do
Katrina,
this.
You can just
Oh,
be
I have
there
to pick
for
the winner?
sake of
Wow.
enjoying
Oh my
the show.
goodness.
Wow, I didn't know Tyler
yeah.
was the judge.
It's a
Oh, wow.
competition.
Just hold the
It's a guard-
bags, I
it's a guard off.
suppose.
Yeah, it's a guard off, that's for sure. I'm going to hold you to it. Well, Tyler, what tops your list? Best of Fantasyland Magic Kingdom.
Number one on my list, Rapunzel restrooms. No.
Hell yeah.
No, I'm going back and forth on what I want to say, because I feel like everybody's going to pick, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter
Sure.
Pan, like that. Those are on my list as
Yeah.
well. Like, but I think I'm going to go with something a little more kind of off to the side, and I'm gonna go with the Casey Jr. soak and splash play area thing.
Oh,
Like, I know people are gonna be like, "What?" Like, and it's not like
That's
I
a-
go
that's a
there.
dangerous answer.
It's not like I go. It's not like I go there and like run through the fountains like giggling like a school child or anything. but I just love watching. Like, I love seeing it, and I love the art design of it. And to me, that besides Barnstormer, because I love Barnstormer too, to me that's the one saving grace of that kind of whole circus area. Because it feels to me kind of like a weird space, but I love that Casey Jr. thing, and they may not have a Casey Jr. ride in Florida, but at least we can still get some Casey Jr. action just over there in the little water area. And
little
I like,
splash zone.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. Every once in a while, he kind of starts going nuts, losing his little mind, and the noise gets louder and louder, and then all of a sudden, boom! This huge just explosion of water comes out of his little smokestack. So I don't know, it's cute, and I like it, and
Adds charm.
yeah, it adds a lot of charm. Exactly. So
Oh,
yeah,
Fun fact, Tyler. Sorry.
yeah,
There are 4 vehicles in that area. Each one has a number on it, and they correlate to the years that the parks opened down here. So we have a 71, an 82, and like a 94. So yeah, next time you go there, look at on the vehicles, and you'll see numbers on them, and they reference the opening dates of the Walt
That's
Disney World
cute.
parks.
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool. So yeah, now I like it even more. I mean, that's look at that. Now
It's
I
got
got
a historical
more things
factor.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay, so for my number 2, I will just say Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, because I mean,
Gotta be included.
come on, that is by far one of the best rides in all of Magic Kingdom, and it is a very short ride. It's also, it's not the most thrilling ride, but at least they do that thing. I love it when roller coaster builders do this, where at the top of the major lift hill, they kind of give you like a little tiny dip right before you actually go down the main actual drop, right? And they do that so that if you're sitting in the front, you don't get gypped out of half of the hill, right? Like, because if you're sitting in the front train, and the back is still going up the lift hill, you're missing out on some of that lovely drop, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice that they kind of engineered it so that even if you're sitting in the front, you still get a little bit of a thrill. And I mean, like Gared said, those animatronics are just crazy. And I think the reason they work so much better than the Frozen ones, which I still like the Frozen ones, but I think the beard really helps cover up
I don't think
kind of
Elsa
the
and Anna
seams.
can have that.
Yeah, because when you look at Anna and Elsa, they've got these weird seams around their neck because that's where the projection kind of stops and starts. But the beards really hide that, and they're actually the perfect characters for that technology. And I actually kind of believe in my heart that they decided to go with this concept because they wanted to work on these new types of animatronics, and they figured the dwarfs would be the perfect characters for it. I really do think that's why that concept kind of came about. I could be wrong.
Awesome. Yeah.
Anyway,
Maybe.
so Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, that's a great ride.
Heck
So
yeah.
let's see. I don't even know what I want to say for my number 3, because I mean, Peter Pan was really the one, but I mean, I guess I could.
It's a small world.
Nah, see, honestly, I don't really like It's a Small World
No,
out
I
there.
like the
I like
Disneyland
the
one.
Disneyland one
Yeah.
better, and
The grandeur of the Disneyland version.
yeah,
is,
and something about I feel like I have bad luck on that ride in Magic Kingdom, where like seriously everybody and their mother is like taking flash photos every time.
Remember
I go
selfie
on that
sticks when
ride.
we're there allowed?
Yeah,
Like,
selfie sticks.
Those are the
and-
worst
Oh my
at
gosh.
Small World.
So I'm just like
What about
I kind of
Dumbo
avoid
for the
Small
queue?
World. What's that?
Dumbo for the queue.
Oh,
Even though
see,
you-
yeah,
even
I
though
never
we were
got
also
to
big
play in
going
the
to it.
playground, but
That's a lot of fun.
Philhar
yeah,
Magic.
I think that'd
The
be
tent.
yeah, but I will go with Peter Pan. I mean, as Katrina said, the queue is just amazing, but the ride itself is one of those things where obviously they did it over in Disneyland beforehand, but it's just one of those things where it feels very unique. There's not really
Mhm.
many rides like it. Really, I can just name Peter Pan and E.T. Those are the only 2 rides that I can think of that are even like that. So it's just like a really cool, fun experience. I think the one thing that bothers me about the Magic Kingdom version is just the bad voice actor they got to play Captain Hook, because he does not sound at all like Captain Hook from the movie. But whatever.
Way to match it up. Yeah. No.
But it's a great ride, and the thing that is amazing about it is that it's literally just a bunch of black box rooms, like, and they just do so much with the space and make you feel like, you know, you're actually flying over Neverland, which, you know, you get a little bit of that at Disneyland, but you actually get to fly like through a more detailed version in Magic Kingdom. So I've always liked the Peter Pan in Magic Kingdom a little more than Disneyland's.
Fantastic. Well, we're interested to hear what tops your list when it comes to Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom Park. What's the best? When you think about visiting that land in particular, and yes, Storybook Circus is included in that, what tops your list? Leave it in the comment section down below. We would love to hear from you.
What's yours?
I wish we had time.
Okay, fine.
But we don't. You stick around. More Kingdom Report Live for you next.
Hey Kingdom team, do you need more magic in your life? We understand, which is why we connect you to more of what makes you happy 3 times a week. Catch our theme park coverage, vlogs, and reviews every Tuesday and Thursday. And experience the Kingdom Report Live, streaming every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. That's new content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, crafted with you in mind. Don't miss out. Be sure to subscribe and activate notifications at The Kingdom Report on YouTube. And catch every update throughout the week at Kingdom Report Live on social media. See you there!
Kingdom Team All Call Time. This is the question and answer segment where we like to dive into any questions you have for us. You can certainly send us a question over at kingdomreportlive.com by filling out the form on the homepage, or you can leave it in the comment section down below, and we would love to follow up with you. Today's question comes to us from Super Stan. Super Stan asks, what would you pay and expect from a Disneyland Park special event or festival without rides? As we have come to find, California Adventure is coming back online temporarily for a special ticketed food event without attractions, right? Without the rides. So there are some characters mixed in, yes, who will be at a distance. There's also retail that will be open, as well as additional dining experiences on top of the food booths that will be included. And we've come to find that for ages 3 and over, that is costing $75 per ticket. So in terms of Disneyland, Super Stan, we appreciate this sort of a question, because Disneyland, it's a very different place, right? It's not California Adventure. It's hallowed ground right across the Esplanade. And so we will start with Tyler on this one, mainly because this price tag of $75 for California Adventure, already something I think we've agreed is pretty darn high. However, Disneyland may command such a high price, being Disneyland, but we'll leave it in your lap. What do you think? And what would it have to offer?
I mean, it's a really tough question. I mean, personally, I would probably say I don't know if I would do one. Because I really don't think that they're going to be, and this is maybe going to sound sad to some people, but I really don't think they're going to be offering alcohol ever in Disneyland. And if I'm going to be paying for some sort of like food festival thing, like I want to at least, you know, be able to like have a couple beers or something, like
libations.
I feel like that to me is actually
Oga's Cantina. Anybody?
I know, right? We'll just all go run over there. Let's all go to Oga's. Come on, they can't stop us all. No, I just I just can't see. I don't think they're gonna do anything like this. But I mean, what would I pay? I mean, it's not gonna have alcohol, so I would probably pay, you know, $50, I guess. But
would it include parking? Would it include food?
See, and
what all would have to be open?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would it? See, I just don't see myself.
You get a corn dog. Move it along.
See, I just am not that excited about this proposition, to be honest. I you know, because for me, yeah, of course, Disneyland is my home park, and I love it. I love seeing it and everything. But there's something about Disneyland more recently for me that, like, I spend most of my time in California Adventure, and then we go to Disneyland to do like rides. You know, we'll do like a couple rides, and then we'll get out of Disneyland, go back to California Adventure. Sure. I just to me, it doesn't seem as like it's a feasible thing to do like a food festival over there, and everything is smaller. The walkways are smaller. Everything is more condensed over there. So I just don't see it happening. I don't think I would pay for one either.
Wow.
So
Now, see, that's a great twist there.
Yeah.
Something I wasn't anticipating. And Katrina, how do you feel? I mean, what would
Wow.
have to be offered in order for you to say,
Okay.
I'll head on over?
See, I would say maybe because Disneyland, again, you're right. It is like kind of like a special place for everybody. And they would pay more than DCA because it's just kind of like bigger and there's just more history and emotion for everybody. I would like probably say $50. Like I would say $50 to get in, and then you get like maybe like a $15 or $20 gift card or something on top of that, so you can go get a corn dog, or you can go, because like that's like what everybody loves, right? Is the corn dogs over there, and like churros and whatnot. You can get churros anywhere, but you can at least get something, and then maybe those like special floats over at the Tropical Hideaway. That
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like I mean everybody kind of forgot about that. I miss their raspberry whip. It's like Dole Whip thing. Oh man, it was delicious. But again, like but not include parking. You have to pay for parking because that's my catch. Like I don't like when things offer parking for free because a lot of people are going to go together.
Yeah.
So they're making money off of you. So again, like if you have to pay for parking, like you can add it or something, or I don't know, something like that. But yeah, $50 and you get like maybe like $15-20 gift card or something just to like go walk around. Cause if they're going to have restaurants open, it just depends, honestly. Like if they had Blue Bayou open, they had like Plaza Inn, if they had what's it called, the my Bengal barbecue.
Oh yeah.
If they had like a couple of those places open. What's that barbecue place now? My mind just went to poo. The Riverbell Terrace.
Yeah, Riverbell Terrace.
So if they had like those places open, like maybe offer a discount to go dine there. If you came into this, like if you came to this event, maybe you get like 10% off or something. If you didn't have like annual, like if the legacy pass holders, maybe you get a discount when you go dine in there. If you're not a legacy pass holder but you bought a ticket, you get like 10% off or something like enticing to make people like want to sit down and dine and whatnot. But and then I don't know,
Any sort of entertainment or anything like that you would
I
want to
feel
see?
like you can't do entertainment because it's so small proximity that too many people are gonna like crowd together. Like if you do something at the castle, it's just you can't. They like if they had Mary Poppins and Bert and like the band come and play, there's too many people that are gonna swarm the castle to take pictures and stuff because it's been like this like moment you paid for. You paid your $50. You want to get this magic. The only thing I can think of is maybe doing something on like the Fantasmic stage, possibly.
Sure.
And not having it like time, but just like having like the Dapper Dans come out like they would do during Halloween or something.
On the barges.
Yeah, like something where it's always just like moving so people just don't crowd. But Disneyland's like a different place than Disney World though. Like they're again, like they're annual pass holders, or it's more of like a memory attachment. So those people, when it's Halloween and you go to that special event, everybody's waiting for Cadaver Dance to come out. Like they literally wait there all night to see it. So those people that love Dapper Dans are gonna be waiting there all day to see the Dapper Dance. So it's just more a crowd issue. So that's like I don't know. That's like the hard part. Like I don't see entertainment happening. Maybe possibly like something happening as long as it's moving.
Yeah.
That's it.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's jump out to Walt Disney World, where Gared Hassel, our Florida reporter, is standing by inside the Magic Kingdom at the moment. Sir, when it comes to Disneyland potentially bringing an event online, and this is all, of course, us just sort of imagineering things from our seats, but if Disneyland were to bring some sort of an event online, what would it have to entice you, and how much do you think you'd pay ultimately?
$2,000 flat fee. No questions asked. You don't know what you exactly get. No. I could maybe justify $75 just because it's the original park. It's Disneyland of all places. For entertainment, I think that definitely needs to be a major aspect of it. You could have the characters on top of the train station like they do here at Magic Kingdom, and you can always erect stages in different areas. But it really is a tough thing to describe just because, as Tyler and Katrina have said, it's so narrow there. They would need incredible food there, but based on the size and the narrow walkways, I don't think it's worth even doing something like that just because of how cramped everyone's going to be. How can you still enforce social distancing when a line to get food is right next to the line for a walkway? And it's almost like you're corralling cattle down and back. You're like, you can only enter from the right. You can only exit from the left. You have to make your way in a counterclockwise formation going through Tomorrowland through the back. It's almost like you have to force people in a certain way. Like, it's a larger park than California Adventure, and I still think $75 just for food at California Adventure is still too steep. So I couldn't see myself doing that. If you said, hey, $50 and we're gonna have some characters out and a limited number of guests can get in, maybe I would consider doing that. But I just don't think it's a good sell for their, like, if you were to say Epcot hands down could make it work. Animal Kingdom hands down could make that work. You could set up tables in the safari and you would have enough room for everyone. But for something like Disneyland, you just got to, I'd say, hold off on that, wait for the whole thing to come back online. Don't try and, sort of cheat people out of their money by saying, hey, you get to come to Disneyland, but you only get to experience not the full aspect of the park. But going off of the idea of Fantasmic, you could put characters on barges going around like what they did here. But going back to my original point, I don't think it's worthwhile. $50, maybe. $100 plus, no way. I think that's stealing money at that point. And I know Disney needs the money, but don't cheat people out of something like that when it comes to this iconic park. Don't be a bunch of Chapeks money grubbing and fighting for that dollar bill.
Well, and I'll say this too, a couple weeks ago you'd mentioned the idea of doing dinner parties with, per head ticket pricing for, say, Fantasmic, and having tables sort of scattered around the rivers of America for a very special, intimate experience. Same thing with like World of Color at California Adventure, like a late night dinner party. And so mentioning all of those things and incorporating that, I think I would be willing to pay a premium price for something like that because it's truly exclusive.
Because you get like better food. Like if it was like nice catered food where I had like a seat and a show, oh yeah, no doubt. But for me to like stand in a line for a corn dog or something, nah, I'm okay.
You wouldn't pay $75 to line up for nuggets?
Yeah, I can't eat it anyway, but no.
Get in the nugget line.
Gluten-free nuggets. Gluten-free nuggets.
Yum, yum.
Oh my gosh.
I think, if you put people around, an event and make it very exclusive like that. Plus, you're managing the chaos. You don't have to worry about anybody crowding. You don't have to worry about anything like that because everybody's got their own individual space and it's all outdoors and you can distance them appropriately. So, I still say
like $100
that
for that, like $125 or something, if it included like maybe a little libation, possibly. I don't know. I'm just saying.
A little bubbly.
A little libation, a little nice bubbly, be classy.
A sangria, so that way it's a little bit of alcohol, but a majority of juices.
Okay.
okay. A very low end Moscato then.
Okay. I'd rather have the sangria.
No, but I like, yes, some kind of bubbly or something small. Like you get two, like what they do for World of Color. You get like 2 sugary drinks or a bubbly and you're done, right? Yeah. So even that, like just cap it at $125 and you get like a nice dinner, a little show, and it's like, what, a 3-hour event and you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I think people would pay out the nose for it.
Come on, Chapek.
Yeah, it would definitely be something that, would keep Disneyland still very exclusive, very unique. So we want to know what you think. What are your ideas? What would you pay for when it comes to potentially bringing a special event like the Touch of Disney over to Disneyland Park? What would it have to include? What would the price be? And what would you ultimately want? Leave it in the comment section down below. As always, we'd love to hear from you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that about brings things to a close for us here. Before we go, I do want to make sure that you have every opportunity to participate in our Kingdom Report Live mug giveaway. That's right. If you haven't done so already and you are looking forward to getting yourself a mug, all you got to do in order to be entered for this contest is leave the phrase that pays in the comment section beneath this video just as soon as it posts after the live show, and until Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. That is Monday, March the 1st at 8 a.m. Pacific time. leave the phrase Walt Disney Presents, once again, Walt Disney Presents, in the comments down below in order to be entered, and somebody will be randomly selected to win themselves a Kingdom Report mug. Well, as we close things out here, as always, checking in with Tyler and Katrina for any sort of closing notes that they might have. Tiki Tyler, anything on tap?
I gotta say, in the chat, Got Alive, he just came up with a great idea. Tea on the Mark Twain.
Hey-o!
Oh man,
Hey-o.
that sounds great. Let's
do
go do
that.
that. Oh man, I'll pay for
Is
that.
that like a one-time thing? You just go around, you better drink your tea fast, or is it just loops?
Five
until
trips.
Yeah, 5
Into
trips.
it.
That's right. All right, cool.
Into it, but
I like that.
yeah. But anyway, besides that, we are we're going to Carthay again today. So. And we're
Awesome.
So I mean,
Gotta
get ready.
in before we
Come.
have to pay like
I know.
$75 to get in.
We gotta get the Carthay out of our system. We're going again on Monday too. So it's gonna be a Carthay filled weekend. So just check out my Twitter over there to Track Faction, and we will be posting some pictures. Sometimes I start taking bites of my food and then I go, I forgot to take a picture, and I get so sad.
The most millennial problem ever.
I know. So I gotta remember. I'll try to remember to take the pictures today. Okay.
I know a lot of people live vicariously through that experience. So yeah, it means a lot when you get to post it, and very cool. So experience today, and then another one come Monday. Huh?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You get 1 day diet, and then we're right back on it again.
Back for the goodies. Heck yeah. Well, very good. And hey, Gared Hassel, any closing notes out there in O-Town?
Yes, O-Town does have some things. No, it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go enjoy some of Magic Kingdom, walk around, take in the sights before that spring break crowd really hits. Even though these crowds may look crazy compared to that People Move video we saw earlier, this is very docile. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna enjoy the clouds that seem fake to us.
The clouds just keep getting better. It's insane.
It does. See, I clapped, and it brought a little shade this way. It's cooling down. But I'm going to enjoy the weather. I'm going to run around, go on some adventures, and then next week, just go on some more adventures. And it's March, which is my birthday month, and I love March just because spring is coming. So just enjoying everything that there is here and taking it all in, and looking forward to when the 50th comes and we get these massive transformations, and hopefully a little more ease on the guidelines to where Disney World can go back to its full self once again. And maybe, just maybe, the People Mover will open up in 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Count it down. And we're all looking forward to marching into your birthday.
Oh, I see
Thank
what you
you.
did there.
Thank you for that. Ba-dum-ba. All right. Well, if you had fun here today, make sure that you leave a comment in our comment bank down below, or you hit that thumbs up button for us. On top of that, if you haven't done so already and you're listening to the broadcast, make sure that you rate and review to let everybody know exactly what you think and how you feel. Again, always looking for that feedback and always looking for anything we can improve upon. All right, my friends, remember Walt Disney, he lives on because of people like you and me. His legacy does. So ensure that you are with us once again 2 weeks from today for an all-new Kingdom Report Live at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. You stay safe, and we'll see you real soon.